guys, in this video we are looking at some worked examples on simplifying exponential expressions. Now if we look at number 1, we've got 2 to the power of 1 minus 2x minus 0,25 to the power of x plus 2 all over 4 to the power of negative 2 negative x. Now the first thing I would like to do is write all my bases in terms of prime numbers. So the 0,25 gets changed like this. We say 0,25 is the same as 25 over 100, which is equal to 1 over 4 simplified. 1 over 4 is the same as 1 over 2 squared. Written with a base of 2, we've got 2 to the power of negative 2. Okay, so getting back to our problem, we've got 2 to the power 1 minus 2x minus, instead of 0,25 in a bracket, I'm going to put 2 to the power of negative 2 and to the power of x plus 2. All over, change 4 to a base of 2, that'll be 2 squared to the negative 2 negative x. Now I get rid of all my brackets. So 2 to the power of 1 minus 2x minus base 2, negative 2 times x plus 2 is going to give you negative 2x minus 4. All over 2 squared to the power of minus 2 minus x is going to give me 2 to the negative 4 minus 2x. The next step is to split powers by using the product law in reverse. Remember how we do that is we say 2 to the power 1 times 2 to the power negative 2x minus 2 to the negative 2x times 2 to the negative 4 all over 2 to the negative 4 times 2 to the negative 2x. So now that I've split all my powers, I can see clearly if I have any common factors. And if I do have common factors, I take them out so I can factorize and cancel. So looking at the numerator, I've got two terms. There's one term and there's the other term. Okay, so are they common factors? Yes, I can see negative 2 to the negative 2x is common to both terms. So I take that out as my common factor, 2 to the negative 2x. Open a bracket and put everything else into the bracket. From the first term, I have 2 to the power 1 left over, minus, in the second term, I have 2 to the negative 4 left over. Okay, all over 2 to the negative 4 times 2 to the negative 2x. Right, looking at this, I have all factors, which means I'm allowed to cancel. So I can see there's 2 to the negative 2x in the numerator and in the denominator. I can cancel those two. What's left is 2 minus 2 to the negative 4. So I've got 2 to the power 1 minus 2 to the negative 4 all over 2 to the negative 4. Now please don't be tempted to cancel 2 to the negative 4 with the numerator and denominator because we have terms in the numerator. We cannot cancel terms. So I've got 2 minus 2 to the negative 4 is the same as 1 over 2 to the power 4. 1 over 2 to the power 4 is the same as 1 over 16. All over 2 to the negative 4 again is the same as 1 over 16. Okay, you all know how to work this out. We find the LCM in the numerator and we get 31 over 16 over 1 over 16. If we tip and times, we get 16 over 1, and that's going to give us an answer of 31. Going on to our second example, we have 2 to the x plus 2 minus 16 all over 2 minus 2 to the power x minus 1. That's equal to, we split our powers by using the product law in reverse again. So 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of 2 minus 16 all over 2 minus 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of negative 1. Okay, so have a look at the numerator and denominator and see if we can take out a common factor. Yes, in the numerator, I've got 2 squared, which is 4. And 4 will go into the first term and into 16. So I can take out 4 as a common factor. That's going to leave me with 2 to the power of x in the first term minus 4 in the second term. All over, looking at the denominator, 2 to the negative 1 is half. Half will go into 2. So I can take half out as my common factor. And half will go into 2 4 times, minus 2 to the power of x is left over in the second term. Okay, so I now have factors in the numerator and in the denominator, but I cannot cancel them yet because they're not exactly the same. If you look in the numerator, you've got 2 to the power x minus 4. But in the denominator, it's 4 minus 2 to the power x. And you guys know how to do this by using the change of sign rule. So we leave the numerator as it is, 4 into 2 to the power x minus 4, all over, and we change the sign in the denominator to negative half, and now we can change the bracket into 2 to the power x minus 4. That's going to give us the opportunity to cancel factors. That will cancel with that, and we are left with 4 over negative half. That's the same as 4 times, tip and times, negative half will be negative 2 over 1. So 4 times negative 2 is going to give you negative 8. That's your answer. Okay, our third example is 6 to the power of x minus 2 to the power of x all over 3 times 2 to the power of x minus 2 to the power of x times 3 to the x plus 1. So the first thing we try to do is write the bases in terms of prime numbers. So if I look at 6, I can split 6 up into 2 times 3 to the power of x minus 2 to the power of x all over 3 times 2 to the power of x minus 2 to the power of x times 3 to the power of x plus 1. Okay, so the next step is to get rid of the bracket and split powers. Remember one of our laws of exponents, if you have 2 products inside a bracket to an exponent, each of the products gets the exponent. So this is the same as 2 to the power of x times 3 to the power of x minus 2 to the power of x all over 3 times 2 to the power of x minus 2 to the power of x, and we can split 3 to the x plus 1 into 3 to the power of x times 3 to the power of 1. Okay, that's going to give us, if you look in the numerator, we can find a common factor, which is 2 to the power of x, and I will take that out as my common factor, 2 to the power of x. What's left is 3 to the power of x minus 1 all over. Looking at the denominator, I can take out 3 times 2 to the power of x as a common factor. What will be left over is 1 minus 3 to the power of x. Okay, now if you look in the numerator, the bracket is 3 to the power of x minus 1. The denominator is 1 minus 3 to the power of x. Again, we use our change of sign rule. So the numerator is 2 to the power of x into 3 to the power of x minus 1 all over 3 times 2 to the power of x And because we are doing the change of sign rule, this becomes negative, and this becomes 3 to the power of x minus 1. So now we can cancel because we have all factors. 3 to the power of x minus 1 will cancel with 3 to the power of x minus 1. And we've got 2 to the power of x that will cancel with this 2 to the power of x. And we are left with negative 1 over 3. And that's your answer. Keep practicing, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Over 1 over 6. Okay, so let's work this out.